lot can happen in a week. Some of it good, some of it bad, some of it downright ugly. When faced with intriguing developments in the week's news, we turn to a rotating panel of non-experts to parse the good, the bad, and the ugly of it all. On today's panel, Mustafa Tameez, media and public affairs consultant and managing director of Outreach Strategists, and Natalie Arsenault, president of Arsenault International Consulting. Mustafa, Natalie, welcome to Houston Matters.
Howdy.
Happy New Year.
Panel, Houston will, of course, host this year's NCAA College Football Playoff National Championship game Monday night, where the Washington Huskies will square off against the Michigan Wolverines at NRG Stadium. While many are excited to see the matchup between two highly competitive college teams, some here in the Lone Star State might be disappointed about who will not participate. The University of Texas Longhorns fell short against the Huskies in a 37-31 loss at the semifinal Sugar Bowl on New Year's Day. Going into that game, however, the Longhorns had ended their season with a 12-2 record as champions of the Big 12 Conference. It's more success than they've had in nearly a decade, and even in the game itself, UT had a chance to pull off the victory. After getting a stop against Washington with 41 seconds remaining, their drive ultimately faltered 13 yards shy of the end zone after three straight incompletions from quarterback Quinn Ewers. College football's national championship game is in Houston Monday night. One Texas team nearly made it there. Is this good, bad, or ugly? Natalie.
Oh, so many mixed emotions to start the new year with. It's great that it's coming to Houston. I mean, that's revenue for the city. Hotel rooms and car rentals and all the things from all the people who are up north. And they get a reprieve from their snowy weather and they get some more temperate, cold conditions here. So good for them. Sad for us, I guess, because if you're a Longhorn fan, I'm sure you wanted your Longhorns in the game. I happen to not have a dog in the hunt. That's why I went to school out of state. But
it is Huskies against Wolverines. So technically, if you were a fan, you would have a dog in the hunt.
That's true. And actually, I got accepted to University of Michigan now, so I should be like, go Wolverines, but I didn't go to University of Michigan, so I don't know. So, you know, I think it's sad that we don't have Texas being represented in a Texas stadium. But I do think that UT has a lot to be proud of. I mean, they, won a championship for Big 12, and so they secured that piece. They just didn't make it quite to the bowl piece. Or to the ultimate championship. So I think that part's good. They have nothing to like hang their heads about, which I think for elite athletes it's a hard thing to say when you say you did great and you're like, but I'm not at the I'm not at the real thing. But yeah, I think they have something to be proud of, and you can't win them all. It would have been nice to have a Texas team represented at in Houston. But we don't. So let's just welcome, the Wolverines and the Huskies, which happen to be two very large dogs, to Houston, and be thankful as Houstonians for the revenue.
Maybe the Huskies could wear Oilers uniforms.
Oh, rub it in. Rub it in.
So
Did you
bad.
see that in the
So
Texans
bad.
game?
Too soon.
Yes. Too soon.
Soon. Good, bad, or ugly, Mustafa?
Ugly. The Sugar Bowl was not sweet. It was not. And, I'm not a big football fan or college football fan, but that game was good. I mean, it was exciting. It was fun. It looked like they're going to pull it off. They had a big comeback, all those type of things, right? Just come and fall short. And we have a big UT Longhorn household. My wife went there. My brother-in-law went there. Just because we have a big UT family. So this was a big loss, and everybody felt it. And so this kind of the finals are kind of like, who cares? I think Natalie's right. It's good for the city that we've got outsiders coming in, and that's one thing. Like we've our stadiums over time have created a lot of fun and excitement in town. I think that when people voted for them, they're wondering is this good or bad. You always have public policy debates about it, but they add a element of fun in town. I was there for another disappointing game when the Aggies lost just 2 weeks ago against the Ohio State. What was it, Ohio State or I forget the team that they lost against. But I went to see the game, and my son is an Aggie, and so we thought that this was going to be a really cool game. He was going to win and walk out in defeat, walking out of the stadium. It's nothing sucks more than walking out of a stadium if you're rooting for the team and you didn't win, right? But at least UT's not paying $70 million to their coach who's, being terminated on the A&M side. So it's just kind of like, Anyway, but look, I think UT's got a great future. I think that there was an uplifting thing. There was a great season, and there's a lot of optimism for the coming years. And this was a lot of fun to watch this year.
We each twisted a knife in there just a little bit, didn't we?
Just a little.
But just watching those colors from the Oilers on the Tennessee Titans. I mean, like, gee whiz. Like, those guys are just...
That is bad and ugly.
Here's the killer. Now, don't we have to root for the Titans this weekend? Because if they defeat, is it Jacksonville, and the Texans defeat the Colts, the Texans win the division? I think I got that right.
I think that is the way bracket goes.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I think that is it.
It's just
I ain't
weird.
doing it. I ain't doing it.
I'm
not ready for it.
On the sidelines.
Texans win, they're in the playoffs. The rest of it doesn't matter.
The rest of it doesn't matter.
That's right. Panel, if you've got a favorite cup or mug that you prefer to drink your coffee out of, Starbucks has some good news for you. The national coffee chain announced Wednesday that customers are now able to use their own personal cups for their orders from the drive-thru or via the Starbucks app. This option has long been available for orders made inside the store and is now being expanded to these other methods, which is how most Starbucks consumers place their orders anyway. The change comes amid the company's aim to reduce its waste by 50% by the year 2030, and Chief Sustainability Officer Michael Kabori says it marks tangible progress toward the future. Customers who choose to use their own cups will receive a 10-cent discount on their beverage or 25 points to use with their rewards memberships. Starbucks is allowing and encouraging you to bring a cup from home to get your coffee order on the go. Is this good, bad, or ugly, Mustafa?
Good. Look, over time, in our office, we just moved recently, and we were kind of talking about, do we get rid of the water bottles? And we bought everybody a tumbler for Christmas with our company logo in it, so that it sits on people's desk, and we try to use less water bottles. I think this is important long term of thinking this way, because just the amount of waste we produce as a nation. Like, I think I saw something that was like $3 billion or $4 billion worth of just basically cardboard that just either gets burned or just ends up in a landfill. So these steps are good, but I've never liked Starbucks coffee. I don't see what's in it. They have great locations, it's an easy place to meet, it's easy to get in and out, all that kind of stuff. But I just have never liked the coffee. But it's but I think this is a great effort by them.
Natalie?
Yeah, so I agree. I think it's good for all the reasons Mustafa just articulated so wonderfully. I will say that as a Starbucks app user, that you, based on the conversion rate that they just gave, 10 cents if you're paying by cash or 25 star points, you do better using the app than getting the 10 cents off your cup of coffee, because it takes less in the points to get to your next free drink. That being said, I agree. The coffee is nasty, but the coffee drinks are good.
Mustafa just said he just doesn't care for it. You called it nasty.
It's horrible. It's so bitter. I'm like,
wow.
My husband drinks it, and I'm like, this is nasty. Like, I don't know what your taste buds are doing, but you no longer have recommendations for where we eat based on this.
I've never understood it. Like, I don't understand why people like it. But
I don't think they understood it either, because that's why they came out with the blonde roast, because it was supposed to be like more palatable, less bitter, and people I know who like red wine, like I'm not really a red wine drinker because it's very earthy, they tend to like Starbucks coffee as well. So maybe it's the same kind of palate notes or something. I have no idea, but I go for the peppermint mochas. So.
I am completely lost in this part of the conversation because I do not drink coffee at all.
Really?
Really?
I have tried it maybe 2 or 3 times in my life. Never liked the taste. Love the smell.
Yes.
Cannot stand the taste. Just never have of any kind of coffee.
So in all fairness, I don't really drink coffee. I drink cream and sugar. And then it has like some coffee stuff in it.
Yeah. See, I don't even like coffee candy. So I don't like coffee cake.
Coffee ice cream?
There's always something suspicious.
Well, it's hard to
about
not
you.
like ice cream, you know.
There's always something suspicious about you. That's what it has been.
Well, it's like with the football game, you don't have a dog in the hunt. I don't have a bean in the grinder.
That's true.
Ooh,
do you
that
have,
is
do you have
good.
leaves in the drip?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Leaves, tea leaves.
Oh, tea. No, I don't drink tea.
You don't drink? So no warm beverages in the
I like hot apple cider.
morning? Okay.
I like hot chocolate.
Oh, I love hot chocolate.
I have to get sugar-free of each of those these
Yeah.
days, sadly. But those are fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
But
a hot
that's it for
chocolate
hot
fan.
beverages. Yeah, I'm not really into hot beverages.
So,
Jeff.
so Craig, I'll share this with you. Like I didn't drink coffee or tea till I was in my late 40s or mid 40s. And so I've started acquiring a taste for coffee, and now I'm a big coffee drinker. And so the other day somebody said, that's very good for you. I was like, what? Because I thought caffeine and those things are not healthy for you, right? As a whole.
We were just discussing on Houston Matters Thursday with our sleep expert, Dr. Sudha Talavajula, how there are some studies out there that are finding some caffeine intake, a certain degree, can be healthy. We were discussing the fact that you should really cut that off at a certain point in the day if you want to be able to sleep well at night.
Yeah.
But yes.
It all depends on where the doctors put their stocks at.
It changes. Like,
This year it's
it's never.
caffeinated
Yeah, it's
things,
never.
you know?
In the end, whatever you end up liking, they tell you it's not good for you.
And how much of their money they put on Washington and how much they put on Michigan Monday night.
That's right.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes,
Happy New
happy
Year.
2024.
Indeed. Mustafa Tameez is a media and public affairs consultant and managing director of Outreach Strategists. Natalie Arsenault is president of Arsenault International Consulting. Mustafa, Natalie, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.